What do you know about Eswatini, the tiny nation surrounded by South Africa and Mozambique? The capital is actually not just one, but two. This nation has the capital of Mbabane, which is the judicial and administrative capital, and then there is Lobamba, which is actually the royal capital and the legislative capital. The name Eswatini has been chosen in 2018 by the King Mswati III. The name of this nation for a long time was Swaziland. That came from European colonizers that marked this land as one that just had Swazi people in it, and then threw the English word land at the end to describe an area they controlled. But now that the nation is independent, it wanted to do something different. To celebrate its 50 years of independence, in April 2018, the King, Mswati III, declared the name Eswatini. That means literally land of the Swazis in the Swazi language. And the Swazi people are actually a Bantu people group that make up a vast majority of the nation of Eswatini and some areas nearby. Some facts for you guys is that this nation is actually one of the last absolute monarchies on Earth, and I believe the last actual one in Africa. That is because Mswati III has been in power since 1986, and his power is completely unchecked outside of the spiritual fact that the Queen Mother, the most important queen of his many wives, has spiritual power. She's seen as the spiritual head of the nation alongside him. But outside of that, there is no judicial, legislative, or executive checks that can be thrust upon Mswati III. He comes from a long line of rulers that descend from the same bloodline and are chosen from birth to be the leader. And his father was an absolute monarch, his grandfather was an absolute monarch, and it all seems reasonable to assume that his son will also be an absolute monarch in Eswatini. Another thing to know is that a cultural celebration happens once a year in Eswatini. That is called the Reed Dance. This is to celebrate the Queen Mother, the most important woman in the nation. It celebrates young, unmarried girls and childless women. Tens of thousands of them gather to go find the tall reeds and bring them to the Queen Mother in her royal palace to celebrate her and honor her. These reeds are actually used to fix broken parts of the building that is the palace, and then there's a huge performance done. This performance is to celebrate kind of coming of age for young women. It is to celebrate purity and womanhood. It's an extremely important cultural festival that goes on for days and is a major aspect of this nation's culture overall. And the final fact for you guys is that this nation takes protecting its animals very seriously. This land is home to the big five animals of Africa. That is the elephant, rhino, leopard, lion, and Cape buffalo. All of them do not have a very massive population, and all of them should be protected. Because of this, Swazi law explicitly protects the right of park rangers and different wildlife rangers to use lethal force on any poachers caught in the act. If you want to learn more about the development of this nation and how it went from Swaziland to the true nation it feels it is today, which is Eswatini, then you should check out the Young History podcast, which I'll have linked here.